Awami League and associate organizations observe Bongo Mata Sheikh Fazilatun-Nisa Mujib's 93rd birth anniversary today amid a host of programs. Bongo Mata never broke down despite having ups and downs in her life, and her presence in Bongo Bondhu's life immensely helped him succeed, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at program observing Bongo Mata's birth anniversary. Prime Minister will declare 12 more districts homeless free as 22,100 homes will be handed over to homeless people tomorrow. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will inaugurate the third terminal of Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport on October 7. Government has changed the Digital Security Act to stop random misuse of the law, says Obaidul Qadir. "16 migrants die as boat capsize in the Mediterranean." And France and Colombia qualify for quarterfinals of Women's World Cup football. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10 on BTV and BTV World. Those were the headlines. Now news in details with me, Roya Zabin.
টাকা নাই, পয়সা নাই, চাল নাই, ডাল নাই, রাস্তা নাই, রেলওয়ে ভেঙে দিয়ে গেছে, ফেরাউনের দল সব শেষ করে দিয়ে গেছে। কিন্তু আছে আমার মানুষের একতা, আছে তাদের ঈমান, আছে তাদের শক্তি। এই মনুষ্য শক্তি নিয়েই এই বাংলাকে নতুন করে গড়ে তুলতে চাই।
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said that the success of father of the nation Bongo Bondhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was easier because of Bongo Mata Sheikh Fazilatun-Nisa Mujib, as this noble woman was always beside him. The Premier said this while addressing the function of Bongo Mata Begum Fazilatun-Nisa Mujib Padok 2023 distribution as chief guest in the city's Osmani Memorial Auditorium this morning. At the function, the Prime Minister distributed Bongo Mata Begum Fazilatun-Nisa Mujib Padok 2023 to 4 prominent women and the national women's football team. The award distribution function coincided with the occasion of 93rd birth anniversary of Bongo Mata Begum Fazilatun-Nisa Mujib, the better half of father of the nation Bongo Bondhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Sheikh Hasina said Bongo Mata Begum Fazilatun-Nisa Mujib had a significant contribution to the independence of the country and all other achievements during the struggle of liberation. She said when Bongo Bondhu was in jail, Bongo Mata used to inform him about the situation of politics and organization, as well as she also used to convey Bongo Bondhu's instructions to the party's leaders and workers. In this context, the Premier recollected her mother's firm stance in favor of the historic 6-point demand when some leaders argued for an 8-point demand instead at that time. The Prime Minister sought blessings from all so that she could work for the people, as her father's lifelong struggle was to change the fate of the people of this country.
এই যে চড়াই উতরাই মার জীবনে মাকে কিন্তু কখনো ভেঙে পড়তে দেখিনি। তিনি আমার বাবার পাশে থেকে তাকে সব রকম সহযোগিতা দিয়েছেন। অর্থাৎ এই যে আমার বাবার সাফল্যটা আপনারা দেখেন, সেই ছাত্র জীবন থেকে মা পাশে থাকাতে তার জীবন কিন্তু সাফল্য সিঁড়ি বেয়ে ওঠার সময়, শুধু ছাত্র জীবন থেকে না, রাজনীতির জীবনেও তিনি সব সময় আমার বাবার পাশে। তার ভিতরে একটা দৃঢ়তা ছিল, একটা আত্মবিশ্বাস ছিল, কারণ এই সংগ্রামের পিছনে বাংলাদেশের স্বাধীনতা, এটাই ছিল আমার আব্বার মূল লক্ষ্য। এটা পৃথিবীর আর কেউ না জানুক, আমার মা কিন্তু জানতেন। 15ই আগস্ট যখন আমাকে বাবাকে হত্যা করে, তখন এই গোলাগুলি শুনে আমার মা ঘর থেকে ছুটে যাচ্ছিলেন। ঘাতকের দল মাকে ধরে ফেলে, বলে আপনি আমাদের সাথে চলেন। মা বলছেন না, তোমরা ওনাকে মেরেছ, আমাকে গুলি করো, আমি কোথাও যাব না। আমার মা কিন্তু জীবন ভিক্ষা চাননি। এই অবস্থায় সাধারণত মানুষ জীবন ভিক্ষা চায়, আমার মা কিন্তু জীবন ভিক্ষা চায়নি, জীবনে মরণেও আমার বাবার সাথী হয়ে চলে গেছে। আমি শুধু সকলের কাছে দোয়া চাই, দোয়া করেন। সারা জীবনের সাধনা ছিল আমার বাবার, এদেশের মানুষের ভাগ্য পরিবর্তন করবেন। চেষ্টা করে যাচ্ছি, মায়ের কাছ থেকে যেটুকু শিখেছি, বাবার কাছ থেকে যেটুকু শিখেছি, বাংলাদেশের মানুষের জন্য সেটুকু দেবার চেষ্টা করে যাচ্ছি।
With State Minister for Women and Children Affairs Fazilatunisa Indira in the chair, its Secretary Nazma Mubarak delivered the welcome address. Dr. Tania Haq, Professor of University of Dhaka, made keynote presentation based on the life and activities of Bangomata, while Jatiyo Mohila Shongstha Chairman Begum Chemun Ara Tayyib took part in it as discussant. On behalf of the award recipients, National Women Football Team Captain Sabina Khatun spoke on the occasion. In the function, the Premier also inaugurated the financial donation and sewing machine distribution program. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir said to protect the spirit of liberation war democracy and to save the country's secularism ideology, people have to resist the evil force BNP. He said this while talking to journalists after paying tributes to Bangomata Sheikh Fazilatunisa Mujib at her graveyard in the capital's Bonani, marking her birthday today.
বঙ্গবন্ধুর জীবনের সংগ্রামের স্বাধিকার থেকে স্বাধীনতার সংগ্রাম, এ সমুদয় সংগ্রামে বেগম মুজিব ছিলেন তার শুধু সহধর্মিণী নন, তিনি ছিলেন তার নিবেদিত প্রাণ সহযোদ্ধা। তিনি ছিলেন তার একেবারেই কাছের একজন সহকর্মী, যিনি সংকটে সংগ্রামে পেছন থেকে বঙ্গবন্ধুকে প্রেরণা দিয়েছেন, শক্তি দিয়েছেন, এগিয়ে যাওয়ার অনুপ্রেরণা জুগিয়েছেন। বিএনপি যখন ক্ষমতায় ছিল, শাসক দল, এই দলটি মূলত বাংলাদেশে হত্যা ষড়যন্ত্রের রাজনীতির হোতা। বাংলাদেশের মুক্তিযুদ্ধকে নিরাপদ রাখতে হলে, বাংলাদেশের বোধকে আজকে বাঁচিয়ে রাখতে হলে, বাংলাদেশের গণতন্ত্রকে নিরাপদে রাখতে হলে বিএনপি নামক এই অপশক্তিকে প্রতিহত করতে হবে, পরাজিত করতে হবে। আজকে এটাই আমাদের অঙ্গীকার।
Earlier, after paying homage at Bonani graveyard, a special prayer was offered seeking eternal blessing for all the martyrs of Bangabandhu's family, including Bangomata Sheikh Fazilatunisa Mujib, who were brutally killed on August 15 in 1975. Central leaders of the Awami League, leaders and activists of its affiliates, as well as common people, took part in the prayer. Meanwhile, different organizations and people from all walks of life also paid homage at the grave of Bangomata Begum Fazilatunisa Mujib. People started to gather at the capital's Bonani graveyard in the morning to pay homage to this noble lady. At that time, Dhaka Metropolitan North and South units of the Awami League, Mohila Awami League, Bangladesh Awami Jubo League, Awami Shechchashebok League, Bangladesh Chhatro League, Bangladesh Krishok League, Jatiyo Shromik League and different associate organizations of the Awami League paid respect to Bangomata Begum Fazilatunisa Mujib. Dhaka South City Mayor Barrister Sheikh Fazle Nur Taposh, as well as different ministries, divisions and government officers also paid tributes to Bangomata. In addition, Bangabandhu Sanskritik Jot, Tati League, Awami Mukti Jodha Projanmo League, as well as different social, cultural and professional organizations paid homage to Bangomata Begum Fazilatunisa Mujib. Marking the day, Bangladesh Awami Jubo League offered prayers near the Bonani graveyard and distributed food among the destitute. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obadul Kader said the government changed the Digital Security Act to check random misuse of the law. He said this while addressing a female students' rally at Dhaka University today. Bangladesh Chhatra League organized the rally marking the birth anniversary of Bangomata Sheikh Fazilatunesa Mujib.
Security অপরাধীদেরও মুক্ত করতে চান সাইবার চার যাদের বিরুদ্ধে আছে তাদের বিচার কি বাংলাদেশে হবে না তাদের বিরুদ্ধে কি অভিযোগ আসবে না আর ঢালাওভাবে এই আইনের অপপ্রয়োগ যাতে না হয় সেই জন্য নতুন করে রিকাশ করা হচ্ছে আজকে আমাকে শুনতে হবে আমি একটা কাজ করলাম আমার সিদ্ধান্তটা সঠিক কি বেঠিক এটা আমি জনগণের কাছে শুনব সেখানে যদি কোনো কারেকশনের প্রয়োজন হয় সেটা আমি করে নেব
Obadul Kader also talked about the latest situation of BNP's single point demand.
এক ব্যাপারও মনে হয় বেলাসে দম ফুরিয়েছে চোখে মুখে অন্ধকার শুকিয়ে গেছে চোখ মুখ আরে বাংলাদেশ থেকে নিয়ম অনুযায়ী ওরা এসছে আমরা যাই আমরা গেলে তারা চায়নার সাথে ওইটা হচ্ছে এবারও ভারতে গেছে আর এক প্রেসিডিয়াম মেম্বারের নেতৃত্বে 8 জনের একটা প্রতিনিধি গেল আর ওদের চোখে মুখে সারা রাত দুশ্চিন্তা ঘুম নেই বিএনপি নেতাদের
Chhatra League President Saddam Hussein chaired the female students' rally, which was also addressed by its General Secretary Sheikh Wali Asif Inan and other Chhatra League leaders. Leader of Rajya Sabha, the upper house of Indian Parliament, Piyush Goyal, expressed the hope that Bangladesh will make further progress through political stability. He expressed the hope in a meeting with visiting Bangladesh Awami League delegation at his Parliament office in Delhi today. Emerging from the meeting, Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood talked with the journalists. He said various issues, including politics, will come up in the discussion held in a cordial atmosphere.
বাংলাদেশের জন্য ফুড গ্রেন এক্সপোর্ট তারা যে ব্যান করেছে সেটা তুলে দেওয়ার জন্য আমরা অনুরোধ করে সে অ্যাক্টিভলি সেটি বিবেচনা করবে বলেছে সে বলেছে যে আমরা বাংলাদেশ থেকে অনেক ইম্পোর্ট করি ট্রেডিশনাল আরও কোনো যদি আইটেম থাকে সেগুলো তাকে সাজেস্ট করতে বলেছে একই সাথে রাজনৈতিক ইস্যু আলোচনা হয়েছে বাংলাদেশের রাজনৈতিক স্থিতিশীলতার উপর গুরুত্ব দিয়েছে এবং রাজনৈতিক স্থিতিশীলতার মধ্য দিয়ে বাংলাদেশ যেন এগিয়ে যায় সে নিয়ে আশাবাদ ব্যক্ত করেছে বলেছেন যে আমরা আন্তরিকতার সাথে বাংলাদেশের কোনো ইস্যু সামনে আসলেই আমরা সেটাকে বিশেষ গুরুত্ব দিয়ে আন্তরিকতার সাথে দেখি
The Awami League delegation also held a meeting with Chief Coordinator for India's G20 presidency in 2023 and former Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla at his office this evening. Earlier, the Bangladesh Awami League delegation visited the National War Memorial at India Gate Circle. Led by Awami League Presidium member and Agriculture Minister Dr. Abdul Razak, the delegation included Awami League Joint General Secretary and Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood, Organizing Secretary Shujit Roy Nondi, Central Working Committee member Marina Jahan Kobita and lawmaker Oroma Datto. Higher Secondary Certificate HSC and equivalent examinations will begin on August 17, according to the prior schedule. Education Minister Dr. Deepu Muni said this while briefing reporters after holding a National Monitoring and Disciplinary Committee meeting at the International Mother Language Institute this afternoon. She said the date of HSC exam will not be changed.
মোট পরীক্ষার্থীর সংখ্যা 11,08,594, যার মধ্যে ছাত্রী সংখ্যা 5,82,343, ছাত্র সংখ্যা 5,26,251। প্রশ্নপত্র ফাঁসের গুজব মুক্ত ও নকল মুক্ত পরিবেশে সুষ্ঠু সুন্দরভাবে অনুষ্ঠানের লক্ষ্যে 14 আগস্ট 2023 থেকে 25 সেপ্টেম্বর 2023 তারিখ পর্যন্ত সকল কোচিং সেন্টার বন্ধ থাকবে।
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will hand over 22,101 more houses under Astrayon 2 project to landless and homeless families tomorrow, as 12 more districts are set to be declared homeless and landless free. With the 12 districts and 123 upazilas, a total of 21 districts and 334 upazilas throughout the country are becoming as homeless and landless family-free ones on that day. The Premier will make the announcement and open the distribution of semi-paka houses for the homeless and landless families through a video conference from her official Ganabhavan residence. The Premier will hand over the keys of 22,101 houses along with the ownership documents of a 2 decimal of lands to the families. Not only houses and lands are given, but also free electricity connections are given, the water supply is arranged and other facilities are ensured for them. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is expected to inaugurate the operations of the 3rd terminal of Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport on October 7. Chairman of the Civil Aviation Authority of Bangladesh Air Vice Marshal M. Mofidur Rahman said this at a press conference after visiting the progress of construction works today. He said the passengers would be able to use the entire terminal by the end of 2024. Once it would be fully operational, the new terminal, covering an area of 5,42,000 square meters, will be capable of serving more than 12 million passengers annually. As construction is in its final stage, the magnificent architecture of the 3rd terminal building is now visible. Works on interior decoration and installation of various types of equipment is going on. Earlier on December 30 in 2019, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated the construction work of the terminal aimed at boosting Dhaka Airport's passenger and cargo handling capacity. The new terminal will feature a parking apron capable of accommodating 37 aircraft. It will also have 26 boarding bridges. 16 baggage belts will be installed in the 3rd terminal, while there will be 4 separate belts for the overweight packages. For departure, the terminal will have 115 check-in counters and 66 departure immigration counters. Multi-storied car parking with a capacity of accommodating 1,044 cars is also being constructed in the world-class terminal. With the financial assistance of Japan International Cooperation Agency, the construction of Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport's 3rd terminal in Dhaka is being done by Japan's Mitsubishi, Fujita and South Korea's Samsung. Now, international news. At least 16 people have died in shipwrecks off Tunisia and Western Sahara as North Africa faces a spike in Europe-bound sea crossings. The death toll from a shipwreck on Sunday off Tunisia rose to 11 after more bodies were found. 7 new bodies have been recovered on Sunday evening, said Fawzi Masmoudi, spokesman for the court in Sfax, Tunisia's second largest city, which is near the site of the sinking that took place over the weekend in the Mediterranean Sea. 2 people have been rescued out of the 57 on board, all from sub-Saharan African countries, Masmoudi said, adding that authorities continued to search for the missing. At least 5 people have been killed in a Russian missile attack on residential buildings in the eastern Ukrainian town of Pokrovsk. 4 civilians and an official were killed and 31 people were injured, Interior Minister Ihor Klimenko said. President Volodymyr Zelensky said there were victims in the attack but did not provide a figure. Rescue efforts were continuing. Pokrovsk lies about 70 kilometers northwest of Donetsk city, which is occupied by Russian forces. Before the war, it had a population of around 60,000 people. Klimenko said the first strike killed 4 civilians and that an official from the emergency services was killed in the second strike. The injured included 19 police officers, 5 rescuers and a child, he said. Back to national news. The dengue situation in the country is worsening day by day. A press release of the Directorate General of Health Services said 13 more dengue patients died in the last 24 hours. Of them, 11 were in Dhaka and 2 were outside Dhaka. 2,742 dengue patients were admitted to different hospitals across the country during the last 24 hours. Among them, 1,002 dengue patients were hospitalized in Dhaka city and 1,740 patients outside Dhaka. Meanwhile, no patient died of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. The country reported 39 COVID-19 positive cases as 1,443 tested in the last 24 hours. Corona infection rate was reported at 2.70%. Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Pranay Verma made a courtesy call on the State Minister for Shipping Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry at the Secretariat today. During the meeting, they discussed the development of Ashuganj Riverine Port, Akhaura Land Port, Paira, Mongla and Chattogram Maritime Ports. They also discussed the introduction of immigration system at Radhikapur Land Port under West Bengal in India. Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry stressed on the need to introduce the immigration system at Radhikapur Land Port at the earliest. Now news on sports. France beat Morocco by 4-0 to reach the quarterfinals of the Women's World Cup. Eugene Losemer scored twice for France in the match held at Adelaide, Australia. Khadija Diani and Kenza Dali scored 1 goal each for France. Meanwhile, Colombia beat Jamaica by 1-0 to reach the last 8 of the Women's World Cup in Melbourne. Catalina Usme scored the only goal for Colombia.
As a unit defending, led by...
Before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Awami League and associate organizations observe Bangomata Sheikh Fazilatun-Nisa Mujib's 93rd birth anniversary today amid a host of programs. Bangomata never broke down despite having ups and downs in her life, and her presence in Bangabandhu's life immensely helped him succeed, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at program observing Bangomata's birth anniversary. Prime Minister will declare 12 more districts homeless free as 22,100 homes will be handed over to homeless people tomorrow. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will inaugurate the 3rd terminal of Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport on October 7. Government has changed the Digital Security Act to stop random misuse of the law, says Obadul Qadir. "16 migrants die as boat capsized in the Mediterranean." And France and Colombia qualify for quarterfinals of Women's World Cup football. That's all from the newsroom.